So in today's video, I'm going to be mainly talking about what I expect to see from Star Wars in 2025, what I hope to see from Star Wars in 2025. Also, too, I'm not going to lie, sorry for the lack of uploads recently over the past 2 weeks. YouTube copyright striked like 2 uploads I had planned and they were actually up on the channel for a little bit. But then I low-key kind of crashed out and I didn't want to upload anything because I was just sitting back like, all right, well, if YouTube's just going to take them down, I'm just going to wait a little bit. But anyway, sorry about that. I appreciate anybody who is watching now, but we're on a road to 500 subs, so please go ahead and like and subscribe also. What I expect going into Star Wars with going into 2025 with Star Wars is honestly, I hope that we just don't do much. I mean, would I love to review a Star Wars show? I mean, of course, we'll be getting Andor and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm going to review that kind of stuff, but I honestly really do hope that at Disney, they just take a break. I think right now they're really trying to focus way too much, and this is almost sounding exactly what I said in 2024, which is kind of insane, but you know, after Acolyte and all that stuff, I really do hope that they just kind of take a break and then just refocus, get everybody on the same page over at Disney. Because recently with Star Wars, it just feels like everybody is all over the place. It doesn't necessarily feel like we're all going down the same path. It feels like everybody's just creating a show, or the people they have the directors and stuff like that, they're just creating a show and then they're just creating their own little thing. They aren't creating the shows with the same goal in mind. It just feels like they all want to tell their own little story and they all want to tell their own little thing, but not necessarily adding on to the bigger overarching plot that is Star Wars. I can already kind of tell there's going to be a lot of lore videos coming from me, at least from Star Wars in 2025, or at least going in 2025, because I'm just going to be honest, there really isn't anything on the Star Wars slate right now. I mean, there's Visions. There's Visions Volume 3. We also have Andor Season 2, but outside of those two things, there's really nothing coming out with Star Wars wise outside of books and stuff along those lines. So who knows? I might just go ahead and pick up a couple of those books later on this year, a couple of those comic books, and I can review those, and I can also just start making a bunch of lore videos popping out, just going crazy with lore in 2025, which is something that I personally like to do. I like creating lore videos. I love doing that kind of stuff. I mean, the research sometimes is a little bit hard for it and a little bit annoying because you have so many different comic books, so many different things you have to read over, but overall it's fun to me. The best way I can equate it is that going to something like Disneyland. I mean, the most annoying part of going to Disneyland is driving to Disneyland because you're not necessarily there yet. You know, you have to deal with traffic, you have to deal with parking, you have to do all that stuff before you can actually, and you have to deal with also security, all that stuff, all that before you have to go into the park itself and actually finally start having fun. It's the same way as reading comic books and also having to go through all the different lore and stuff that's already established on certain characters. I mean, having to research all that stuff is really tedious, but the end goal, the whole fun part is actually getting it all together. Then you can just talk about Star Wars lore and get a video out, and it's honestly really, really fun to do. But definitely for sure from my channel, just expect a lot of Star Wars lore coming out this year, just because, as I said, there really isn't all that much news to talk about outside of, of Disney or Star Wars decides to announce something. Or if I see any more bogus articles or things along those lines, just as I've always done in the past. But yeah, overall, I really don't expect much from Star Wars in 2025. I really do hope that they just take a break. I hope that they just listen to fans, get the right people involved, get the right directors, actresses, actors, everything. And hopefully we can get Star Wars back on the map, man. I think that 2025 should be seen as a reloading year for Star Wars, and 2026, 2027 is the year that we finally start shooting and we start firing and we get firing on all cylinders. But yeah, that's honestly all I can hope for. At the end of the day, as I said last year, that's all in Disney's hands. I can't do anything about it. I'm just a Star Wars creator, content creator on YouTube, a very small one at that. So we're growing every single day, and I really do appreciate every single last one of you guys, but that's just the facts and reality of what's going on right now. But yeah, we can only hope that Star Wars does get better going forward. As I said, I hope it's a reloading year, so hopefully we can get something good going on in the future. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and end this video here so I can go ahead and start working on this lore video for you guys. I also do have to go to work here tonight, so hopefully you guys are staying tuned. There will be a lore video out pretty soon. It should be out tomorrow night, or it might be out the day after that. It all depends on how quickly I can get this thing edited and uploaded, and hopefully it doesn't run into any copyright strikes yet again from YouTube. But anyway, that's all. Pretty much leave your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. I'd love to interact with all you guys. May the force be with you, and as always, have a great rest of your day.
Extra.